Greetings. It's Puleng again. I'm here. I just want to tell you a little bit about the video that you are about to take. The topic or the theme is resilience. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to a little bit define lightly what resilience is, and then I'm going to look at the elements that enhance resilience, and I'm going to share a story of my life where these elements are portrayed. So you must make sure that you stay and watch this video. It will help you to be resilient in a crisis. Thank you. Greetings wherever you are in the world. I am Puleng Koeshe. Welcome to my channel. If you are watching us for the very first time, please subscribe, share a comment, share the video with your friends and family. We will really appreciate that. To our viewers that are regular, welcome, a special welcome to you. Today I will be sharing about resilience. What is resilience? Resilience is the ability to cope, the ability to bounce back, the ability to be able to cope, and you are able to return to your original state. Today I'm not going to be very academic, but I'm just going to be simple and go just to the point. For you to be able to be resilient, there are elements that I want you to think about. Firstly, self-awareness is very important. If you know yourself, you are able to use the resources that you have to be able to cope. So self-awareness is number one and in your list of enhancing your resilience. If you know yourself better, you are able to utilize your weaknesses, your strength in a way that you are able to cope better. The second element of resilience that will help to enhance your resilience is knowing your resources. If you know that you have a support system that is there in times of crisis, you'll be able to cope better. If you know your environment better, it will help you to get assistance in times of crisis. Also, the third one is knowing your origin, where you come from, your source. It will assist you to cope better because the knowledge of that takes you to the bottom line. So that is number 3. Number 4, the element that will assist you is the knowledge of your purpose. If you know why you are in this world, when everything is chaotic around you, you go back to the basis. Why am I here? So that will help you to pick the pieces around you and move on to and cope better and move to the next level of your life. And finally, the knowledge of your abilities. If you know what you can do, what your potential, you are able to regroup and be able to go forth. So now I'm going to share a little bit of a crisis that happened into my life, and these elements that I have just shared assisted me to be able to cope in my life. 12 years back, we lost a child. It was a devastating thing in our life. When it happened, I never knew that I would be able to cope. And it's something that happened that I never wish anyone to experience. But because we cannot control circumstances, stuff happened. We lost our Neo. It was hard, it was tough, and I thought my life just crumbled. But what came to my mind and to my heart was, I knew that God loves me and I come from Him. He is my source. And the knowledge of the love that He has for me, the love that is unconditional, kept me standing because I knew whose I am. Then my strength came from the knowledge of the love of God for me, because I knew that I'm created in His image, I come from Him, His Spirit lives in me, and this disaster of losing my baby was not from Him. So that gave me strength for me to move forward. The second thing, the knowledge of self. I knew that I am the child of God. I am created in His image. The knowledge that I have strength within me, I have potential, I have power, I have love, I have sound mind. It helped me to move. Then I had to dig inside myself to be able to move past this crisis. It was a disaster. It was painful. But I knew that if I was able to manage all the emotions that came with the loss, that I will eventually move forward. It was as if I knew the end. I knew that there will be restoration. There is light at the end of the tunnel. So, me focusing on what God is taking me through, and that this what I'm going through was not just for me now, but it will be for other people. Today I'm sharing this story for a very, very first time publicly, because it was the deepest thing that happened that hurt me a lot as a child of God, as a woman, as a leader within the community. So self-awareness and the knowledge of who I was helped me a lot. So far I've shared, number one, the origin where I came from. Number two, I've shared the self-awareness. Number three, what I want to share, the knowledge of the support system. I was within the support system in my workplace. My colleagues were very, very supportive. I was able to go there for help. They were able to support me when I came back to the office. During the disaster, they were there. I could find strength there. But if I did not know that in my working environment there are people who are loving and supportive, I could not go through this alone. The family support system was there. My husband was a strong support system. My mom, my sisters were there. I was able to get the love. They cried with me. They were there. They were doing stuff for me. I was able to survive the crisis. And then after that, I was able to go forward and be able to reintegrate and become part of the community and work and use the pain positively to support other people. The other support system, which is so dear to me, church. The church where my faith was built. Initially, I thought my faith will crumble, but because all the pastors, all the church groups, the cell were there for me, ensuring that they walk with me in this journey. And if I did not belong into the support system, I believe that probably I could give up in life. But that support system, how I utilized it, how I allowed them to become part of this loss and they walked with me, it helped me a lot. Today I'm able to speak to you today about this because of that support system. So it is very important to utilize your support system. Sometimes we think that we can walk alone. We think that we are self-made, but there are support systems that are there we fail to utilize. The other thing that I want to share is the purpose. The purpose. God created me for a purpose, and as I'm growing up, I discover this purpose more and more. I knew that I was created to make a difference. I knew that God did not just create me just to fill a space. And as I discovered who am I and why am I here, I said, this crisis is not going to pull me down. Maybe someday I will be able to share and utilize this loss for other people to move forward in their lives. Guess what? I'm doing it. So the purpose of me being here, making a difference in the world, held me together during that time. And when the enemy started to send negative messages that you are useless without a child, you had a child late in your life, you might not have another child, this child is dead, there's no faith, there's nothing, then I remember that I'm created for a purpose, and I'm going to live to see this purpose and to ensure that my life change somebody's life, even if it's just one person. So purpose will enhance your ability to be resilient. Lastly, I want to share about ability, potential that you have that will help you to stand during your hard times. If you understand your potential, you know your abilities. Like I know that I have the ability to talk, I have ability to mobilize people, I have ability to touch lives. Then I said, Lord, let this disaster that has happened in our lives, in this family, not happen in vain. In the future, this story will touch somebody else's life, and I will be touching the life, sharing about this, and ensuring that my ability and the potential that you have placed in me is going to change somebody else's life. So, knowing your potential, things that you can do, I can talk to people. I'm talking to people right now, using the ability that I'm having to change your life there. So I hope that you understand these elements. You need to know yourself. You need to know where you are coming from. You need to know your resources. You need to know your support system. You need to know your abilities, and you need to know your purpose. So for you to be resilient, look at these elements and be able to utilize them. And please tell me if this video spoke to you. Let's have an interaction on the page. Tell me what you think, and if there's anything that you want to share more that we can share with other people, let's have an interaction. I hope you like this video. We'll talk again as we discover ourselves. Let's walk in grace. Thank you. Bye-bye.